I'd like 2 cupcakes.
Sure, name and color.
First one is Fom, nay Mary hand color white.
In mine isn't that an area, my soulmate.
And second one is green and name Maria.
We only have white left, sorry.
Okay, I'll take white.
And by any chance, do you know somebody named Alex?
Alex, that name sounds familiar. No, never heard of that name.
Can I have your number, Tut?
Sure IG.
After Aria got home,
This guy was a bit weird.
Why? No one knows what I look like. We have to be extra careful. Fine, but no bodyguards. You don't want anyone to know who I am, right? Then let me be a nobody. And I couldn't believe it when the palace gates actually opened for me. And I was on my way to school. It was the most exciting day of my life. As I walked down the school hallway, I could see people giving me weird looks. When I entered the classroom, I noticed a bunch of kids gathered around a pretty girl who saw me and started laughing. Great. I wasn't gonna have an easy time making friends looking like this. Later at recess, I observed what the other kids were doing and saw them making their way to the food counter. I walked over straight to the lunch lady, when suddenly someone called out to me, the girl from my class. What do you think you're doing, weirdo? Get in line. What do you mean? See this line? Get your butt at the end of it. But why would I do that? Because you have to wait for your turn? What are you, some moron or daddy's spoiled princess? Daddy's spoiled princess. Well, high five, girl. My dad's really rich too and spoils me rotten. But even I have to wait in line. Oh, I see. But I'm pretty sure my dad's richer than yours. As I turned to walk away, the girl suddenly lunged at my mask. And the second she ripped it off my face, someone pulled her away and picked me up. I looked around in horror to see 10 bodyguards in plain clothes surrounding us. Everyone in the cafeteria was staring in stunned silence. Princess Aurora, are you okay? Yes, I'm fine. Now put me down. And just like that, it was my last day of school. My parents said there was no way they could send me without security, and it was impossible for me to hide who I was. I just stayed in my room for the next 2 days and gave up on school. But the next day, Dad had some important guests for dinner, and when I joined them, everyone was staring at me. Aurora, darling, why are you wearing a mask? I just don't want anyone to see my face, Mom. Like, ever. But see? This hole I cut in my mask? I can drink with a straw. And I started slurping loudly on the soup. And from that day on, I refused to take the mask off in front of people. As I grew older, my parents expected me to go with them to boring ceremonies and parties. And no matter how much they begged, the mask always stayed on. Why are you doing this? There's so much speculation in the media about what you're hiding behind the mask. People think you're ugly or crazy. I didn't care. I didn't have control over anything in my life. But this, I could do. This was my act of rebellion. Soon after, on my 17th birthday, my parents called me into their room one day. Why? No one knows.
I've never felt it.
make sure that your heart beats with the red on the night time. It's the right time. I wanna dance in the dark and never stop. Make sure that your heart beats with the red.
Well, let's see if I am pregnant. Am I?
This is the pregnancy test filter. If you want to try it, click here. It will take you.
You don't know what you do. Speak to me. Your body like speaks to me. I don't know what you do. Keep to me. Your body like speaks to me. Place when you be like, baby, who cares? But I know you care. Bring me over to my place. You don't know what you do. Keep to me. Your body like speaks to me. You don't know what you do. Keep to me. Your body like speaks to me. I don't know what you do. Keep to me. Your body like speaks to me.
Look, the woman picked up a cup of tea and splashed on the man's face. The angry man on the spot, the woman also pretended to be full of innocent look. and next to the bearded man stood out, fierce stare at the man said, she said she did not do. The woman rushed forward to dissuade. A look at the other side is not a good fight. The man does not want to attract unnecessary trouble. The woman then sat down in the chair next to her, eyes from time to time to look across. Hope to attract the attention of others. This time the man across the street looked at them with a cold face. Seeing that the woman has been staring at the opposite side, the bearded man turned his head to look at the opposite side. But the woman pulled over and whispered in her ear, and after listening to the bearded man's face instantly changed. Then the bearded man immediately stood up, angry towards the man. He walked quickly to the man. A fierce look, and then began to question each other. The man was too scared to speak. Just then the woman across the table made a gesture to him. She then scrambled to pick up the table pen and paper to write a letter of distress. The man was silent the whole time. He kept staring at the woman across the table. The woman panicked and wrote a letter of distress, afraid to be found by the bearded man. He quickly finished writing the letter of distress. The man pretended to bow his head to the bearded man and admit his mistake, and the woman pointed to the ground. Then the letter of distress was thrown on the ground, signaling that the man must check. The bearded man then left satisfied after seeing that the other man had fully admitted his mistake. After returning to his seat, he flaunted his prowess in front of the woman, while the man was in the back, carefully watching every move across the room. He was trying to think of a way to save the woman, when the waiter came over. So the bearded man began to order, while the woman looked around absent-mindedly, taking the opportunity for the man to slowly get up from his chair. Look, the woman picked up a cup of tea and splashed.
Giây phút em gặp anh là em biết em si tình 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 tang tang ting tang tình 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 tang tang tang. Bring it up to my place, you be like bring it up to. Trop tard, je suis trop loin pour toi. T'es la plus bonne de mes copines. Oh mes copines, oh mes copines. Mais tu veux la plus bonne de mes copines. Oh mes copines, oh mes copines. Tu veux que bombarder, bombarder. Tu veux que bombarder, bombarder. Toi tu planes que la nuit. Tu crois que j'ai ton time à ton avis. M'appelle pas mi amour. J't'ai barré mais t'en veux encore. Toi tu crois viser dans le mix. Faudra trouver un alibi. Trop tard, j'suis trop loin pour toi. Trop tard, j'suis trop loin pour toi. T'es la plus bonne de mes copines. Oh mes copines, oh mes copines. Mais tu veux la plus bonne. Trop tard.
Ele te bota, soca, sem nem ter preocupação. Ele te bota, soca, sem nem ter preocupação. Ele te bota, soca.
For yourself, this is the end of the AU. So don't call this number anymore. Cause I won't be there for you like I was before. I should've listened to my friends, they always know best. They said you were just like for yourself, this is the end of the AU. So don't call this number anymore. Cause I won't be there for you like I was before. I should've listened to my friends, they all.
Base, money, fancy clothes, ops and coppers I dispose. Talk slow, lower your tone if you need an illegal loan. Gang killer, Al Capone, shoot a pheasant through the bone. Tweed jacket.
This dance is all over my For You page, so you know we had to hit it.
With the fresh type of flow, Miss Icicle, ride deck bicycle. Come true, yo, get you this type of blow. If you wanna manage,
How did we do? This dance is all over my.
Cause I'm lost in the way you move, the way you feel. Cause I'm lost in. Porque sua amiga deu, sua prima deu. Perdeu maior foda, bebê, tu se fude. Porque sua amiga, porque sua amiga. Cause I can never be the one to hurt one.
Emily, you there?
Oh, look who finally decided to come online.
Oh, I'm sorry, I've just been busy.
Whatever. I'm your friend, I should come first.
You're right, I'm sorry. I wanted to ask you something.
What?
Can I add one of my friends?
Sure. If they aren't as boring as you.
He isn't. Laura has added Henry.
Hey, Laura.
Hey. This is my friend.
I'm Emily. And you are?
Oh, I'm Henry.
Aha, I love your name.
Thanks, I love yours too.
Great. Now we're all introduced. Want to play something?
Actually, I think it would be better if me and Henry played something alone so we can get to know each other more.
Oh, okay then. Have fun. I'm actually Henry before you go. Never mind. It's fine, I'm sure they'll talk to me later.
3 hours later.
Guys, are you done playing MM2 yet? Huh? What the hell? They're playing a new game. Why didn't they ask me to join? No, I'm sure I'm just overreacting.
Well, I'd never like her, lol.
Hey guys, you're playing without me again. Why didn't you invite me?
We thought you were, busy?
But I've been online this whole time waiting for you.
It's not that big of a deal, or why are you overreacting so much?
Can your friends not have other friends now?
I never said that.
Well, you're acting like it. And you just interrupted our conversation.
Oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't realize. What were you talking about?
It's none of your business.
Yeah, well, akinda is when you're talking about me.
Well, how did you know we were?
I saw my name when I scrolled to the top of the chat. And I don't care if you think I'm overreacting, because I thought I was at first, but I'm not. I honestly can't believe you guys. I introduced you too, and now you're leaving me out and talking behind my back.
Just shut up and go away, Laura. You always ruin everything.
Yeah, I will. And BTW Henry, I don't